Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another cast by myself. My name is Axel and I'm going to be bringing you game 2 between ROOTDestiny and xiSlurgi. If you missed game 1, I'm going to put a link right now. You should see that on the screen. Go ahead and click that link to go to game 1 because you don't want to be spoiled by anything. So now that all of you are gone who have not seen game 1, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this situation here. This is game 2 between our Zerg player in the blue, ROOTDestiny, on the bottom left of this Tal'Darim altar map, and in the top left, the Protoss player in the red, xiSlurgi. Of course, the second game, Slurgi took the first game with some convincing play. Really, actually, economic play, honestly. I mean, usually you see a lot of Protosses do these all-in builds and stuff, but Slurgi straight up took expansions and took the win with lots of gateways. So anyway, this is once again losers round 6. It is a best of 3. So if Slurgi wins this game, he'll move on to losers round 7. And of course, this game is from MLG Columbus that happened this past weekend. And I'm gonna try to cast a lot of these games from this past weekend at MLG Columbus. Lots of good games were produced from that tournament. Some games I'm wanting to cast include Tyler versus Select, Tyler versus OGSMC, Mr. Bitter versus EMG Rocker. So definitely have a long list of games and matches I want to cast from that past weekend. And I want to thank MLG for providing all those replays for us to watch, enjoy, and learn from. So anyway, again, this is going to be game 2 between ROOTDestiny and xiSlurgi. If xiSlurgi wins this game, he will move on to the next round. And of course, Destiny, that was his first loss in a long time, that last game. So he was definitely on a tear before that last game. Through the losers bracket, he did not drop a game, but he does manage to surround the Provo, but does not get it. It does have 5 HP, so definitely a little bit of a loss for ROOTDestiny there. Never run through ROOTDestiny's mineral line. He will always try to surround your probe, so definitely be careful about that. Looks like he will put a drone on this probe just to make sure he's honest. No, looks like he's going to take it out to expand at the 18 food mark. He does have a pull up in a decent amount of time, and on the other side of the map, Slurgi, again, not electing to do that Forge Fast Expand play that we see a lot of players doing, where they'll put a pylon here and a Forge here and then take their expansion soon after, but xiSlurgi is going to favor that 2-gate fast expand play. And honestly, I kind of like this because I mentioned in the previous game, if you do a Forge fast expand, I mean, you're not able to provide a lot of pressure until a long way through the game, I guess I'm trying to say, around the 7 or 8 minute mark, and that's a lot of time for the Zerg to get those drones up and running, get those expansions down, so you definitely don't want that to happen. But definitely excited to see what happens in this game. Slurgi does have a Zealot out, able to get that wall off in pretty good time. It looks like Destiny did end up taking his expansion at around the 21 food mark. Again, neglecting the gases for the time being. I mean, Destiny really loves this style of delaying his gases. We saw in the last game he delayed his gases until around the 40 food mark, so definitely wants to keep those minerals around for those drones and those queens and those expansions. So Slurgi getting out a 3rd gateway, actually, so a little bit of a different build from last game, I guess, that would be attributed towards the, I guess, wider natural expansion choke in Shakura's Plateau. Of course, the choke is more like this ramp, really small, but we do have that the alternate route that your opponent can take to get into your base. So Slurgi feeling more safe with the 3-gate expand, and he should be putting down his expansion pretty shortly. And we do have Destiny coming forward with this Overlord, trying to get some intel, see what his opponent is doing. He does not see any Chrono Boost going on that Cybernetic Core. He does see a gateway finishing, so that should give him a good idea of what is going on. He does see the 3 gateways, and quite a bit of information obtained from this Overlord. Will he see the 2nd gas? It doesn't look like he's going in that direction, but definitely obtaining a lot of intel and feeling comfortable actually putting down 2 spine crawlers just in case, because he's not getting those gases. He does have those minerals to spend on those spine crawlers. So Destiny looks like he's going to do a similar tactic to last time, putting down that Evo chamber, and I would expect him to put down all 4 of his gases in the near future, and we'll see if he decides to go for Infestors once again. Always exciting to see Infestor play from ROOTDestiny. I know I'm not alone in thinking that, but we do have an expansion going down from xiSlurgi in not that many sentries, as he usually gets only 1 sentry in this clump of units. Very interesting play indeed. leaning more towards the 3 stalkers. Oh, and there we go, warping in 3 more sentries as I say that, and adding a gateway to this arsenal. So xiSlurgi looks like he's going to sit back and build up his economy unless he decides to cancel this gateway and go for some aggression, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And it looks like Warp Gate has been completed, so these gateways are now Warp Gates. Of course, he's able to warp in those units now. Such a great part about being a Protoss player, warping in those units anywhere you have a pylon or warp field. Of course, you can use those warp prisms to warp in those units as well. And looks like Destiny is in fact taking all of his gases and immediately putting drones on them. And now I'm interested to see when he's going to take his third, when he's going to start poking down those rocks. So xiSlurgi adding more and more gateways. So that's 6 gateways on 2 bases. A lot of times when you see Protoss players do this, they'll usually do some sort of 6-gate push with a bunch of gateway units at around the 9-minute mark, I would say. And we'll have to see if xiSlurgi decides to do that and how Destiny prepares for that. Does Destiny have any wind of this whatsoever? It doesn't look like it. He only has 1 Overlord in the area. Does have a Zergling at the watchtower and an Overlord over here, so definitely has a decent amount of map vision and is deciding to take down these rocks. He wants to take his third in the near future, and it looks like xiSlurgi again getting that hallucinate tech. Always a good research to get. I mean, you can delay your robo that much more because of course a lot of Protoss players will get that early robo to get that observer to do some scouting, but hallucinate, a pretty nice substitute for that. I mean, it does research it decently fast, and it's not terribly expensive. I mean, it's 100 minerals, 100 gas, so definitely worth it in the long run. So you can also do some shenanigans at late game with the hallucinate and like warp in some, or hallucinate, I should say, some Void Rays and Colossus and try to fake out your enemy. Wait, here we go. xiSlurgi has decided it is his time to shine. He wants to push forward to the watchtower, take control of that, and perhaps push forward to Destiny's base. It looks like in the production tab we have Destiny creating a lot of Zerglings, and look at this. I can't count that many. Does he have speed? No, he doesn't have speed yet, so he's only at 60% on the speed. So if xiSlurgi can attack before that speed finishes, that could be a huge deal. But xiSlurgi just biding his time, chilling at the watchtower, waiting for this pylon before he warps in any additional units, keeping his money low. Always a good thing to see when you see, oh no, look at this, warping in 6 sentries. I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish with that. That's just over aggressive scouting, I would say. Definitely not worth it. I mean, you can have 1 Phoenix for the price of, I guess, a lot less hallucinate research. But here we go, the Zerglings are coming forward. No, it's time to retreat back though. Here we go, the Zerglings are coming forward. The force fields do go down, but the Zerglings have a pretty nice surround on all these units, but the ramp is actually preventing the Zerglings from getting the surround, I should say, in the force field. Pretty nicely placed, but not able. Look, he's out of force fields because he built those 6 Phoenixes. He's now out of force fields, so I don't know, maybe that was a misclick. Maybe he wanted to make Void Rays or Colossus to try to fool Destiny into GGing or something, and Destiny is definitely confused by that play, indeed throwing down the WFT. I'm not sure entirely what that means, but I can probably guess. So Destiny definitely surprised by those 6 hallucinated Phoenixes, and did it trigger any reaction, the sort of a Hydralistan or Aspire? No, I don't see anything of the sort, and Destiny is putting down his 3rd hatchery. So Destiny does feel confident after holding off that push from xiSlurgi again. Very questionable use of the hallucinate. I mean, he could have had a lot more force fields. I definitely don't see a lot of Protoss players tend to go for that hallucinate. I guess I don't see Protoss players using that hallucinate to make Phoenixes of all units rather than using force fields. So definitely some unique play from xiSlurgi, but he is ahead in the supply count, 108 to 100. So we'll have to see how that impacts this game as it goes forward. Looks like Destiny wants to do some aggression with this clump of Zerglings over here. Actually wants to do some two-pronged attacks from ROOTDestiny. Two-pronged attacks, is that the proper term? I don't care because I'm going to use it anyway. Has Zerglings over here and Zerglings over here, so definitely wants to attack from 2 sides. And it looks like xiSlurgi should be... He has a lot of units to deal with these Zerglings, so I don't know how effective it will be. Let's go ahead and look at the upgrades. 000 from xiSlurgi, so no upgrades from him. And on the other side of the map, Destiny does have 1-1 upgraded, so definitely ROOTDestiny is ahead in the upgrade count. And look at all these Infestors, ladies and gentlemen. I just got so excited because it is so fun to watch Zergs use Infestors. It looks like xiSlurgi wants to push it out, and if Destiny can get a nicer round with his Zerglings, coupled with some nice infestors. Oh no, Destiny has decided to counter into the main right when this army pushes out, so Destiny definitely doing a lot of damage to the income of xiSlurgi, pursuing these probes to the main and warping in 6 zealots and is bringing back his entire army. So Destiny definitely taking advantage of the mobility of these Zerglings and is unfortunately, I guess he's, oh my gosh, look at all the damage he's doing to this mineral line. Definitely picking off a lot of probes in the main and trying to do some damage in the mineral line, getting Slurgi to put down all those force fields, but Slurgi does have to do that in order to preserve the life of his Nexus, and these Zerglings have decided to burrow. And where is the Robo from xiSlurgi? Where's your observer? I'm not sure if he has an observer in the vicinity, so ROOTDestiny unburrowing his Zerglings, trying to pick off this Nexus, and Slurgi is going to come back with all of his forces. And will this Nexus go down? It's going to be close. 96. Oh no, the Nexus does go down, so Destiny definitely doing some awesome aggression, taking out that main, and he does find himself ahead 133 to 114. So definitely Destiny is in the lead in this game thus far. Some amazing harassment with these Zerglings and does have a lot more. So honestly, I don't see how Slurgi is going to be able to move out, because these Zerglings will just run in every time Slurgi tries to move out. So Slurgi will definitely have to be careful, and in the meantime, Destiny is able to, what am I trying to say? He's able to, what is the word for that? My brain is absolutely dead right now. Saturate. He's able to saturate his third, and holy infestors. Look at all these infestors from ROOTDestiny coming forward. He wants to engage this army. Look, it will all come down to the fungal growth and the neural parasites. Here we go. The force fields are down, but neural parasite, or I should say fungal growth on that entire army, and he will keep doing that until they all explode. He's trying to blink away, but look at all these stalkers that are dying. And Destiny definitely using awesome fungal growth on his opposing player's army. So Slurgi will have to retreat back to his base with his tail in between his legs. Does not feel good about the amount of aggression he was able to do there. Definitely not too excited about the number of infestors that he did see. And we'll have to see how Slurgi reacts to this. Will he put down a Templar Archives, because of course High Templar are very good against those infestors if you can get those feedback off. I mean, if you can feedback all these infestors, you'll one-shot the majority of them, because they have full energy. So this Phoenix is going to come forward and see what is up here. And it looks like Destiny may decide to do some aggression in the near future, and Slurgi definitely not looking too hot. Let's go ahead and look at the income tab. He is behind 68 to 39 harvesters. So wow, ROOTDestiny definitely ahead, taking a fourth expansion and advancing to the natural third of Slurgi. But here we go, Slurgi's coming forward with most of his units, and Destiny actually retreating with all of his infestors. So definitely content with using Zerglings to harass, and this looks like a good place to stop. It looks like this game is going to go on a lot further, and unfortunately I can't make any videos longer than 15 minutes, and we're getting close to that point. So I will be back with the second part of this game. I will put a link right here. The link should be there. If I forgot to do that, shame on me. Yell at me in the comments, but the link should be there onto the next part of this game too, in between ROOTDestiny and xiSlurgi. So definitely tune in for that. I'll see you there. Thank you for watching.